everyone, welcome back to URComped. We are here with Las Vegas Slots, and we are going to talk to them about their channel. So just kind of talk about what made you guys start up a channel, talk about your why, and just kind of the story behind starting up your social media presence.
Absolutely. So hello, everyone. I am Jess. And we are Las Vegas Slots. We are newly Las Vegas locals. We moved here 1 year ago from Maine. And to be honest, this was a dream, right? So we used to watch a lot of the big creators, the big names that people would know in YouTube doing slot videos. And we would laugh about it and joke and say, that would be so funny if we could do that. And it was started out kind of like, yeah, I mean, who could do that? That's silly. And then we just had a big shift in our life. And everything started to change. The kids, Rob's kids at least, were getting older. We wanted a little bit of a change of scenery. We had been working, really hard jobs. And one day we decided we're gonna pull the plug. And we decided to sell our house. Rob, so all of this happened in one period of time. We listed our house for sale. It sold basically the first day it was listed. Rob had his second hip replacement surgery. He recovered in a hotel room because we were showing our house and selling it. And then Rob's daughter, Leah, and I essentially fixed the whole house. So we did all the painting, all of the moving of the furniture. We got everything done that needed to be done to show the house and then actually get out of the house after it sold. That was all like really fast. That was within like a month that all kind of happened. And then we literally got a U-Haul, filled it, and we started driving across the country. We didn't have a place to live here. We didn't have real jobs secured. We had interviews. I don't know if it was a midlife crisis, maybe anybody like our age can feel that. Like we were just ready to live and not just always be working at these jobs that were not making sense for our life anymore. So we did it. And what a journey, right? Like coming here, and we had only vacationed here 2 or 3 times. And to just say we're moving here. But it made sense for the channel. It made sense if we were going to do it to start it here. And it has worked really well. So today, everything is good. We have a comfortable, safe place that we live. The kids are doing well. We're doing well. And we're crazy. It's okay. We're crazy and we know.
Yeah. That's awesome. So what made you decide that you're going to take your channel in the direction of gambling and casinos and the casino scene and traveling in general, or kind of your why for specifically casino and gambling?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was after Briella was 2018, right? Okay. So not to get into like too much detail, but so I mean, you can talk. You were previously married. Rob was previously married and had 3 children. And as you can just imagine, that's a hard thing to navigate when you get divorced and you have young kids, right? Anyone who's been in that situation will understand. And things just got really tense for a period of time, right as our youngest daughter was born. And there was a little period of time where we were not visiting with Rob's children the way that we had, at the frequency that we had. They were teenagers. There was a lot of emotions. There was still a lot of rawness around those relationships. And it got tough. So there was some family stuff going on. And for my birthday in 2018, I had kind of just hit a breaking point. I think we both sort of hit a breaking point.
And you were like, let's just do something.
And I was like, let's just do something totally different, something we've never done. And I booked 3 days in Connecticut to go to Mohegan Sun and Foxwoods. Never been to a casino, never played a slot machine. It wasn't even on my radar. I could have cared less. And I walked into Mohegan Sun And I remember looking at you going down that corridor with all the Native American like artifacts and decor. And I was like, this is the most beautiful place I've ever seen. Why haven't we been here? What is this?
People do this.
Like, people do this. This is amazing. And it at that point had nothing to do with the gambling. Like, there were restaurants, there were comedy clubs, there was shopping. And it was like this little world of its own where you could do just all this stuff that we loved doing. You could walk around, you could people watch, you could eat, there was entertainment. And I left that trip in complete awe. And that's when everything started with us watching other YouTubers play slots and gamble on YouTube.
Because we went home.
We went home.
And I came home from work one day. I'm like, hey, look, there's these other people on YouTube that post their slot videos on YouTube. And of course, we lived vicariously through them for a little bit. And then, of course, 2020 hit the pandemic and everyone was home watching all these YouTube videos.
And we got so deep into it.
So deep into watching everyone. And of course, the traveling aspect was like, oh, where are they? Which casino are they at?
What does that casino look like?
Right.
What games do they have there? Like, we started slowly learning that, oh, there's manufacturers that make these games, and there's different manufacturers, and depending on which one depends the style of the game. Like, it started to become such a hobby of just learning about the industry, learning about the manufacturers, learning about the casinos. And like I said, it wasn't even about the gambling. It was about the experience. And when we decided that we were going to jump ship and move and leave our whole life behind and come out here, I remember telling Rob one night, like, we're going to do this and we're going to meet this great community of people. Like, we're going to get viewers that are interested in what we like. We're going to have these people that think it's normal what we're doing and they're interested in it, and not so many people like laughing at us and saying we're silly and that you should never think that you should be doing this. And that's what has happened. We've met great creators in the community. We have great viewers. I mean, we have people who travel all over the country to Vegas and they come meet us at the casino when they know we're filming. Like we're just regular people. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
And then of course you hear from them, oh, you have to come to this casino, or you have to go on this cruise, or, oh my gosh, you have to come to my hometown.
Yeah.
And it's just opened up this whole world to us where we're like, wow, like, that's so cool. You can meet these people and you can have these experiences. And now, like, there's a casino on cruise ships. And we never thought about that.
I didn't even think about it.
It's just really, really, really neat.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's always so cool hearing people's stories and how they got started, and their just the stories of how they got to where they are and their why. So that's awesome. And I want to touch on, like you had said, you kind of meet this community of people that you start to bond with and maybe travel to their hometown, or they recommend a game to play, or a restaurant to eat at the casino. So talk about that community and how you have seen not just your channel grow, but the community and the relationship within your channel grow.
Yeah, absolutely. So and for anyone who is newly watching and maybe hasn't watched us before, our channel focuses on low rolling. So we do like $1, $2 bets consistently. If we're up, we might go higher, but it is purely out of just the love of the entertainment of it all. I wouldn't say that we are like heavy gamblers at all by any means. It's for the entertainment. We're a husband and wife. We like spending time together. We use our time at the casino almost to like regroup. So that is a lot of what we have noticed within our community. We have other husbands and wives and couples. We have other people who may be widowed, who are just like, I used to do this with my husband or my wife or my partner, and this is so cool that I can connect to you guys and you're kind of radiating this energy and this enjoyment. And I miss that from this person that I've been spending time with in my life, So it's such a treat. Like, you don't think that you're going to come into this community and that just by telling your story or just by being who you are or doing what you do, that a random person's going to come up to you and be like, I'm not lonely at night because I'm watching you guys. Or, my husband passed away a couple of months ago and you guys are just filling this emptiness for me. Like, it's such like, there's so much pressure, and just to be like, yeah, I mean, absolutely, we're here. Like, send me an email, let me know you're okay. We're just regular people, I'm not above anything. Like, I worked in healthcare my whole adult life. Like, I get it. I've always dealt with people at their worst. So to almost see that kind of roll over is
with something
so silly. Like, we're making videos of playing slots at the casino. It gives it a fulfillment that I didn't expect we would have.
So going off of that, and places you've been to, casinos you've been to, experiences you've had, what is maybe a favorite memory since starting your channel?
So our favorite memory will always probably be the first time that we went to the casino. We have a major soft spot in our heart for most Mohegan Sun and Foxwoods, just because those were the casinos that we were frequent visitors of.
So backstory, there are many nights.
Yeah.
I had Friday off.
Yes.
And we would leave our home at 6 o'clock at night. And you would get your mom would watch 3 hours.
Yeah.
And we would drive 2.5, 3 hours to Connecticut and stay most of the night, and she'd still go to work.
I know. We'd be rolling back in and I'd be like, okay, like, I got to get in my car now and drive to work. Like,
so we just have a lot of really core memories and just inside jokes of that.
And then, once we got here, there was sort of this feeling that I personally had when we were vacationing here, where, being on the strip is nice and it's fun and it's a little bit of chaos and, there's always something going on. But I remember one of the trips that we took out here and we finally got off strip. And when we got off strip, we went to Red Rock. And I was just like, I had this glimmer in my eye and I was like, you guys, we're here. Like, it's Red Rock and it's so beautiful. And look at the pool and look at the mountains. And I can't believe that, we found our way off strip. Like, this is so funny. And like, found our way up here. And now, like, we live close to Red Rock. Like, we have those mountains in our backyard every day. Like, we film at Red Rock a lot. We go down to Durango. And it's just so funny how things have come full circle for us, really.
Yeah, that's awesome. And those views are different than what you're used to, right? So you kind of had a scenery of lifestyle and of working, but also of lifestyle and just a change of scenery outside, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of to touch on what you were just saying. I mean, it was really important. I mean, for me to support Jess, because Jess really, really wanted to do this and go in this direction, and she supported me for 14 years, working 10 or 12 hours a day, and then to just have this total lifestyle switch for me to kind of take the back seat, or I guess the passenger seat, and just kind of let her do her thing is really, really, really been neat. And that really is starting to be a core memory for us as well, because we've in a different way. I mean, we've been through a lot of stuff together personally over the last 14 years that we've been together. But this has really, I think, brought us closer because, it's just something she really wants to do. We're really passionate about.
Yeah.
Those are starting to be core memories as well. Just kind of this journey of, the channel and meeting new people and meeting new faces. And now it's like, wow, we'd really like to travel here and we'd really like to experience this. And that's one of the reasons why we moved to Vegas, because of the airport, its proximity to cheaper flights. And I know it's crazy. We sold everything to gamble in Las Vegas. If you look at it on the peripheral, but there is a little bit of a method to the madness.
There is a method, and our entire family, like our immediate family here, Rob's daughter and our daughter, I mean, they are fully involved in this with us. I mean, every breath we take revolves around this business and making sure it's successful and making sure that we're out here to really live the life that we wanted to live. You know,
And those are starting, but it's starting to be like core memories.
yeah, I
You know
mean,
what
it really is
Wow,
like
we're doing it.
we're
And that's
doing
starting to
this.
become a core memory in itself. Like, wow, this is very surreal. Like we had a couple meetings over the last few weeks where a lot of the vision is starting to come together.
Yeah.
Obviously at a very beginning stage.
Yeah.
But it's like, wow, it's great to see that kind of happen. And you know, frankly, to be able to put that out there and watch it happen and realize that it can be done is great. It's surreal.
It's surreal.
Yeah, that's awesome. Going off of that, how have you seen the business side of it go from this place that we can go to have fun, get away, spend quality time as a couple, experience new things? How has it been to watch that grow from just a casino visit to now a company, and you have brand deals, and you have, it's kind of like a livelihood now of a source of income to provide for your family? Talk about how it's been seeing the growth of that and turning into a company and a successful business.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have had like small businesses in the past. We've tried a couple different things. Again, going back to when Rob and I met, Rob was recently divorced with 3 young children. I was 24. Life was,
I'm 8 years older.
Yeah, Rob's 8 years older. So it was a lot of chaos. We'll just put it that way. And there was a lot of expectations in Rob being available for visits, being available for events and such. And with the job that Rob's always worked, he's worked in the automotive industry. If anybody has experience with that, you know that you're working 60 plus hours a week. You are never home. You are married to your job. And throughout our relationship and our early marriage, there were times where we were like, you know what, we think we need to just be self-employed because we need more time and we need more flexibility because we don't want to miss out on the kids growing up entirely. And we don't want to have to forfeit a visit because you're working and I'm working and I can't help you. You can't help you. Like, so there were times where we became self-employed. So, I mean, I have a business degree. Business has been a passion for me my entire life. And we would dabble in it, right? But it was one of those things where it was really just us. I wouldn't say that there's been a lot of just maybe acknowledgement that you can't do this on your own. And I think a lot of people who haven't done business before or been self-employed kind of say like, oh, if you want to do it, you got to figure out how to do it. Well, yes, but it takes a village, it takes a team, it takes putting all of the right pieces together to make it happen. We can't do this on our own. Are you kidding? Like, Rob's daughter supports us entirely. She works for us. She does everything that we need her to do. We have our connections with our brand partnerships. We have connections with other creators. Like, it is a whole community of people that support us and help us and keep us creative and keep us pushing forward.
Right. And it's all kind of to kind of piggyback on what Jess was saying. It's all kind of been cumulative for us where, you know, we started dabbling in self-employed businesses. I was a finance director at an automotive dealership for a very long time. So we had dealt in business situations.
Yeah.
Jess obviously comes from a business background as well. But to see this progression now to, you know, us, you know, dealing with the big people at these companies, you know what I mean? Not just, you know, handshake type stuff, like real meetings, real formal emails, real proposals, real negotiation. It's gone from just, hey, you know, we're Rob and Jess, you know, we like to be able to put our camera here and film a video to, you know, potentially stuff that can really change your life. And that's stuff
for us, like with our relationship having that change. I mean, we thrive off of this stuff. Rob and I have always worked together as partners. I mean, it's been in personal life or in business. We've just always had that connection where when we're doing something, we're doing it together and we're figuring out, each person's role within that. So for us, it was just a really easy transition. In fact, I think going to the casino with a purpose has made it more enjoyable because, like I said, we're not really gamblers.
We like to gamble.
We like to gamble, but we like entertainment. So knowing that we go to the casino, we have a purpose, we have our videos that we're producing, it actually has enhanced the experience. And then it's almost like now, if we do get a night out, or if we have a date night or something, like, shouldn't we be filming? What are we doing? We need to make content, or, we need to make sure that we're documenting something. So it's really become such a lifestyle. And we're really, honestly, very pleased with how it's all working out.
Is there a place that you've always wanted to visit, or a casino you've always wanted to visit, or have you hit kind of the ones that you're like, wow, that'd be really cool to go to?
Not even close.
Yeah.
We're just
No.
yeah.
Well, it's funny because you move out to Vegas and you're like, oh, Vegas has all the casinos. Well, Vegas has some casinos.
Yeah.
And they're not all created equal, and they all have a different vibe, and they offer different experiences, if that makes sense. So for us, it's like our goal. So when we moved out here, we drove across the country. So we drove from Maine to Las Vegas. Okay. That was like a bucket list item. We didn't have to do that. We could have just shipped our stuff and we could have taken the plane and gotten here very fast. It was a bucket list stuff. And between Rob and I and Rob's daughter, Leah, and our daughter, Briella, we all have an adventurous spirit. So we want to have, and this business is giving us these opportunities, that we want to have the opportunity to get in our car, rent a car, take a plane, whatever it is, and be all over the country, to see all the states, to see all the casinos, to see all the scenery. So this is really just the beginning for us. We're really just trying to get our roots established here so that it allows us to make the connections that we need to travel, to see other places.
We've been to Europe separately.
Yeah,
not
separately.
together, but we want to go to Europe.
Yeah.
We want to, there's things there that we want to do. We want to go to the Caribbean. We want to go, we want to explore Mexico. Like,
Yes.
I'm a history buff. I always have been. So I enjoy that aspect of traveling and meeting stuff. I know Leah is the same way as well.
Same.
And you are,
Yeah.
as well, starting to really appreciate a lot of that stuff. It's a piece of rice and sand.
I know.
Of where we've been. We have probably 100 casinos that are kind of, manifesting out there, and different experiences and different locations that we'd like to go.
And that's why it's been really fun, like with all these influencer events we get to go to, with meeting other creators. You get to see what other creators are doing. Like, where are they traveling? Which casinos are they playing at? Do they have a partnership with a casino? And
well, like
it's put stuff like on the map.
Like with Kelly last week, we were talking about cruising.
Yes, Casino Kelly.
Yes, Casino Kelly. We're talking about cruising. And so she's obviously been there, done that. She's done a lot. She's an industry expert. And, she's like, do this, do that. This is my experience on this cruise.
Yes.
And, just to hear that stuff, because we're trying to obviously go in that direction. What's the best way to go without, having a cheapening your experience, or putting yourself in a position to have the best experience possible.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just so much information. And like I said, we just hit year 1 of our channel, and it took just a lot of work. Us just, keeping our nose down and working. And it's like, now it's starting to blossom a little bit. It's opening up a little bit. There's more opportunities. There's more things that we can start thinking about. Like, the foundation is really strong. So that's good. So now it's like building on that, creating some momentum. And that is what will help us really see a lot of the things that we want to see.
Definitely want to go to the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Definitely want to explore Mexico.
We want to do a tour across America. So there's just a lot of things. Like I said, we drove across the country. We loved it. We want to do it again, but take a different route.
Visit different casinos.
Like, we're so hyped about it. It's just, you got to scale it the right way, and it has to make sense when we do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you touched on, there's a lot of different channels that are doing kind of the same thing that you guys are as well. What makes your channel different, or something that makes your channel stand out amongst others in this industry?
That's a really good question. So the creators in this industry, I will say that anybody you watch is really passionate about whatever it is they're doing, right? So if they're a gambler, if they're a high roller, if they just like to travel, if they just like social media management or video editing or photography, you find when you talk to other creators that there's pieces of their business that they are so proud of and that they enjoy so much. And some people, I actually got to have this conversation the other night with some other creators. Everybody has a different vision for their channel. Everybody has a different purpose. So in this realm of creators, it's actually such a refreshing thing because not everybody is trying to have 500,000 subscribers. Some people are just doing this for networking. Some people are doing this to meet like-minded people. Some people are doing it to have a free cruise, have free comps. So everybody's purpose is different. Our purpose is to scale this into a real operating business with our family working within it. We want this to be scaled to a place where it allows all of us to be together, working together, experiencing life together, and being on a larger scale. So when we do look at our channel, we look at it in that scaling of how do we keep going up? We've just begun. And that is a different goal than other creators have. So everything that we do will always be focused on our growth, on the ways that we can help within the community, ways that maybe we could help other creators who are coming up, ways that other creators may be able to collab and work with us and help us. And they've already, gotten more to the top. So it's just.
So to answer her question, you talk too much.
I do. I'm sorry,
No,
guys. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just messing.
There's not a straight answer to that because once you know this community, you understand that every single channel is different.
And I was talking to Tim last week about it. I think I watch a lot of people and and honestly, a lot of different type of YouTubers and a lot of different vloggers, not just in the gambling, but a lot of travel people as well. And I figured out and I've realized that I like their uniqueness in what they do. So hopefully if people can appreciate that, Jess and I are just giving our little take on it. We're trying to be ourselves.
Yeah.
And because I think what makes us unique is that we're not trying to be something for everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
We're just trying to do it with
husband and wife. Like I said, let's break it down this way. We had a midlife crisis. We moved across the country. We started a gambling channel. We're bringing our family along for the ride. If that appeals to you, subscribe to our channel. So those are the things that I feel just make it a little bit different for us. And we're goofy. And I hope that people appreciate that. I'm goofy. We're goofy. We just like to have fun. And we just want we want to connect with people, like I said, who appreciate those things.
Absolutely. And it's cool to hear how each person fits into this role of there's a body of this industry and y'all make up the arm and someone else makes up the leg, and they all come together to form this industry as a whole, but each separate creator has their own job that they're doing within this industry. So it's really cool to hear your guys' perspective. And so going off of that and your story and what makes y'all unique, what do you think is your target audience? What kind of audience and demographic do you think y'all bring in, whether it's gambling or just lifestyle or a little vlog, or how does the audience, what kind of audience is your target audience?
Yeah, so we actually were just talking about this.
We have the analytics. So the analytics say for our page that our main audience is men ages 25 to 65 plus. So, but I don't know if that's quite.
I look at that and then I say, okay, well, I have about half of the percentage of our viewers, women who are 55 plus. So I put that all together and I say, well, our target audience is clearly people and viewers who their kids are grown for the most part, maybe retired, want to travel, want to go to the casino, want to have entertainment, like spending time with their family or their spouse. And then obviously there's this other little portion of it where I think we have people who live vicariously through us of, I wish I could do that. I wish I had the ability to be in Vegas a lot. I wish I had the ability to go to the casino. I wish that my spouse liked going with me. Like there are some people who it's not a shared interest. So there's this whole mix. And I mean, we hear a lot of it in the comments. I respond to every single comment that we get, and you'll see it through the comments, you know, like, oh, you showed me this game or this casino, I'm going there. Oh, my husband and I are taking a trip. Or I have to work so much this week, but I'm so excited at the end of the week. I'm going to be watching your videos and getting caught up. So there's this whole mix, and it's like such a perfect mix, really, because it embodies all of the places that we've been in our life, and now and where we're trying to go, and our viewers are embodying that.
Right. Right. But it's interesting that I was saying that, you know, we have the demographics and we have the statistics, but females are the ones that comment.
Yeah, our female viewers are the ones that comment to me the most. I have primarily male viewers. I don't really hear from them that much.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
Like once in a while, they might leave me a comment. But thank goodness for my female viewers that they actually talk to me and say hi and, you know, keep me busy with responding, because this whole, you know, it's like 70 or 80%. I don't even know where they are. They don't say hi. You guys can say hi.
But no, it's interesting.
It is, yeah.
So going off of that, what are some goals that y'all have for your channel and your business, or maybe a dream collab or brand deal, or, you know, what are some goals that y'all are looking forward to in your future?
Yeah, so our goal for this year, we're just kind of breaking it down year by year. So we hit our goal for year one. Our goal was, well, it was to hit 30,000 subscribers year one. We did it, and we have now exceeded that. That felt really good. But at the end of the day, when you're in social media, it's not just all about subscribers, and it's not all about views. It's really, really dependent on your brand partnerships. So thankfully, we were invited to G2E. We had a cocktail hour with you guys at URComped. We were able to go to a cocktail hour with IGT. We visited all the booths. I got all the contact information for everybody finally. So I have it in one place. And that's what this year is all about. Making sure everybody recognizes us, gets to know us, gets to know how we do business, the things that we want to do in business, and then asking for a handshake and saying, is that something you can help with? Is that something you want to participate in the business with us? Is that something that your company, do you align with that vision? And that's really going to be this next step of getting collabs, the right collabs put together, getting the right brand partnerships put together, and making sure that we're still creating the best content that we can to engage viewers.
Well, the short answer is that we talked about it the other day, is that hopefully people can appreciate in our community that we've tried to earn it.
Yeah.
We've tried to earn their trust. We've tried to earn over the last year our ability to show that we're willing to work hard for what we want. You know, in every channel is different, and I don't begrudge anybody on how they want to grow their channel, but we were not going to ask anyone and everyone to collab day one, because that's just not who we are. And we wanted to earn it, and we wanted to show our quality of work and our portfolio. And we do have some really big collabs in the works, and they'll be out shortly. And what it was important to us was to collab with the right people.
Yeah.
And I think we found the gold standard.
Yes.
And for us, it wasn't about, collaborating with just anybody and everybody. It was
Purposeful. Yeah.
And everything has a purpose, and everything is designed to really, pivot us in the right direction. And, I think it's been noticed.
Yeah.
I hope it's been noticed.
I think so.
But at the same time, like, I think Jess is going to have her dream collab here coming up soon.
I can't talk about it yet, but you'll see when it happens.
And we consider that to be the gold standard.
Yeah.
The best.
We've waited an entire year for this. It was really important to me. You don't just walk into a job, right? And walk in and then say, well, I'm going to ask all these favors of everybody. At least I don't. And when we came into this industry, I just took that with me, that I've always been a hard worker. I'm willing to stay humble. I will just work really hard. I can take the criticism. I just even know when I'm not doing a very good job as an internal thing. So I wanted to make sure that what we had was viable and what we had could be grown upon before asking anybody to give us a handshake.
And we don't have the most subscribers today.
No.
And we don't have the most views today, but that's today.
That's today.
And Jess is really hard on herself, and that's because she's a perfectionist. And it's just we compare ourselves
to the highest standard.
To the highest standard. I guess is the easiest way to say it. And we're hard. We want to be the hardest on ourselves, and we want to really align ourselves and think of ourselves as with
a high quality channel.
A high quality channel. And that's really where we want to go. And that's why Jess has really been hard on herself. And I have to kind of shake her sometimes and say, listen, it's just been a year. It's just a year. It's okay. We'll get the thumbnails right. We'll get the, certain things right. We'll get the purpose right. We'll get the right collabs. And, we're looking at people that have been doing this for 10 years, and have huge teams behind them. And we're holding ourselves to that standard.
And I made it a point too, when we got into this, that I didn't know how to do any of this. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know how to edit. I have very poor videography skills and photography skills. I didn't really know anything about social media management. I mean, I posted pictures of our family on Facebook for friends and family. So I really challenged myself to learn this. I do everything in-house. I edit, I do the thumbnails, I do the scripting, I do all of the follow-up. We just now are branching out with Leah, helping with some of the other social platforms, but YouTube is my baby. I have learned a lot with it, and it's been a lot of sleepless nights, and it's been a lot of nights crying. It's been a lot of nights frustrated because there's a big learning curve, and to try to get up with the big channels, you got to catch that learning curve as quick as you can.
You have to learn.
You have
to learn.
You have to.
If Jess was to come on the scene and we were to outsource the majority of our business, what does she learn? What do I learn? So, we always think of it from a business perspective of, a couple years down the road, if we're looking at something, and we've never done it.
Yeah.
How do we know what's right and what's wrong?
How do we know?
What do we know what to look for?
Right. How do we know we hired the right person, or they have the right intentions, or they understand our business model and our goals? So
to get back to your question, the right partnership would just be to align with the right people. The right people in the right people in the gaming industry, and really kind of
that just share the same passion and the same vision. And you see that a lot for anyone who's ever been able to go to an event like G2E. It's very clear. Like I was telling Rob that it's kind of unbelievable to me how some of these employees for these manufacturers, they work as hard at their job as I do for our business. And I'd like to say that I've been a decent employee in my past when I've been an employee, but I've never worked as hard as the owner or the creator of the business. Like, I know that for a fact. And that just solidifies a lot of things to me as far as us staying in this industry and growing and building connections, because it's not a joke. The gaming industry, all of the employees and the executives, it is their entire life. It is so much that it is their life the way that this is our life. So to share that passion with a group of what were strangers at one time and now becoming not so much, more friends and great acquaintances, that's really cool because you don't see that in every industry.
Really inspiring.
Yeah.
And to be connected to some of the, huge brands.
Yeah.
And to have partnerships with huge brands is really, I guess, our dream. Our dream, and we're there.
We're very close.
Not the big deal.
No.
But I mean, to even have, to be invited.
To be invited to anything.
To meet and greets and to have our foot in the door.
And to send an email to someone within the corporation and they get back to you, like, that's really cool.
Right. So to kind of work on those relationships is really our dream.
That's awesome to hear your motive and your work ethic. It's incredible, and it's going to be really fun to watch your channel grow over the next few years as well, and watch y'all skyrocket. And it's going to be awesome to look back on this interview and be like, wow, we were talking about those goals, look where we've gone now. But those are all the questions I have. But is there anything that we did not hit on that y'all would like to add?
I don't really think so. I mean, honestly, we're just, again, thank you for having us. For anybody, again, who doesn't know, we are affiliates with URComped, and you guys have already helped us in a big way prepare a trip that's upcoming, and hopefully there's many more. We are really looking forward to, cross marketing with our viewers and your database, so that we can do some of these cruises and do some of these group pulls, and what a really fun connection, honestly. So we're ready. We're ready to go. You guys have been great to work with. Craig has been really, really friendly and nice and easy to work with. He has so many connections.
And I may have seen a video of Craig. Doing karaoke. I'm not gonna.
I don't know. We might have. Oh boy.
Oh goodness.
I may have seen that video.
I might be able to get the connections I need now because of this moment. So am I really doing this ethically anymore? I'm not.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Oh goodness. Yep. That has been brought up in conversation, but it's definitely a very top secret video. I haven't seen it, but I've heard that his karaoke skills are quite unique. But yeah, go ahead. Hey, you're good.
I would say yes.
But no, I mean, obviously, again, if anybody has any questions, if they have any concerns, let us know.
Yeah, anyone who's watching this, whether you're a creator or a viewer, reach out, say hi, leave me a comment, watch a video, send me an email. We leave all of our contact information very readily available. Like I said, we are so happy to be growing this community. If you have questions about Vegas, if you have questions about traveling here, eating here, staying here, we're at a point now where we have a lot of knowledge. Use us, send us a message, let us know, and hopefully we'll all, start joining in the community. And what a great thing.
Awesome. Well, I just wanted to thank Jessica and Rob both for your time. Las Vegas Thoughts again. I will plug their social medias down below, but make sure to go follow them. Make sure to go subscribe. They're an incredible channel. We are so excited to be working with y'all and that you're an affiliate with us. So we are very thankful and just looking forward to watching your channel grow. But again, I'll be posting their interviews throughout the month. So be sure to go subscribe to their channel. And thank you both so much for your time.
Yes, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Goodbye, everyone. And hopefully we'll see you soon.
Bye.